What's up, bodyweight warriors? Welcome back to another video, another follow along. Today we're going to be looking at a routine specifically for those who spend their days or hours at a desk. For today's session, you're not going to really need any equipment. I would suggest having the usual yoga blocks in case you need them for some exercises. Other than that, some time and space, and let's jump into this routine. You don't need to be seated how I am currently on my knees if this is uncomfortable. You can be sat on a chair, sat on a sofa, or even standing. We're going to start with mobilization for the cervical spine. So you're going to start with Lewitt technique, both hands held out to the side. You're going to inhale, look towards one arm, raising it up to the sky, and with the palms up, and the other arm is going to let going down with the palms to the ground. As you inhale, or as you exhale, whichever way you change the breath, you're going to change arms. You're going to range palm up, close the other hand down. Just going to look towards the palm that's facing up. I'm just going to perform this for 60 seconds initially, and think about trying to reach those hands away from your body. So we're trying to get some movement into the cervical spine and the shoulder blades and kind of try to feel that they're connected to the torso. Nice slow breathe in into the diaphragm. Just get things moving. Okay, I'm gonna do one last one. I'll let your arms come to the side. We're going to continue that breathing sort of tempo, and now we're going to bring just some lateral movement to the spine. So if you're seated like this, we're just going to let one shoulder drop. Going to lean to the side, use the hand to support if you need to. Think about opening up the chest. And as you change breath, just change sides. Begin with just kind of these small movements to the side. Think about dropping that shoulder, keeping the elbow kind of tucked to the side. And then as you've done a few, you can try to lean further over. You should be feeling a little bit of a stretch going into your lower back, but potentially down the whole side. Okay, we're going to do one more on each side here. For this next one, you are going to need the ground. So you're going to want to come down, and we're going to move into a lying position. We're going to start lying on our side, on our left-hand side. You're going to reach your left arm out. You're going to tuck your legs up to around 90 degrees. We're going to try and first reach our right hand over the left arm, reaching as far as we can in front of us, so we get a stretch going over the back of the shoulder. And then you're going to pull it back like you're pulling a bow, all the way over the other side, trying to get your elbow down towards the ground, but keeping these knees in contact as well. Just going to do 4 of these per side, reaching as far as you can in each direction. So this one is you come over, reaching the elbow over. As you inhale, pull that arm back, pull the shoulder back to the ground, pull the elbow back to the ground. Take a nice deep breath. That's number 3. And do the last one. And I'll bring ourselves back to a center position. And I'm going to be lying on our back. I'm going to take our left leg out, right knee pops over. I'm going to try and pull that right knee towards our left shoulder. I'm going to feel a stretch now going into the glute. And then you can try to think about either pressing your left leg out, so pressing that right leg over more. The more you pull in both directions, the more stretch you're going to get. So it's going to take 30 to 40 seconds here. Take some nice deep breaths. Each time you exhale, just try to pull that knee a little bit closer towards you. Last little bit here. And then we're going to roll over and perform that same sort of lying thoracic rotation on the other side. So you can roll over. I'm going to twist around. So we're going to go to the right hand side now. Onto our right shoulder. Right arm out. You're going to take your left arm. You're going to reach as far as you can over. So pull yourself over on top of this right shoulder. And then pull that bow back all the way across the chest. Left elbow down towards the ground. Nice deep inhale. 4 in total, so as far as you can reach in both directions. Number 3. Last one here. You're going to roll it back and again come onto our back. We're going to stretch the other side of the glute now, so we're going to take that right leg out, left leg hooks over. You're going to pull your left knee towards your right shoulder. Put as much as you can to feel that nice stretch in the glute. And again, we're just going to take 3 or 4 nice deep breaths. Each time you exhale, just let everything shift that little bit further into the stretch. Another 10 seconds here. Okay, we're going to now actively kind of use those muscles on the back to lift ourselves up. So we come into a forward position on our chest. We're going to hold a swan position. So we're going to face down. We're going to try and tuck the hips. So think about squeezing the glutes first, pressing them down into the mat. Hands going to be either side, palms facing towards the ground. You're going to try and lift the chest up, keeping the glutes squeezed, head tucked, and then hands as high as you can. So you should be feeling right around your mid-back just working. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds in total. If you need some assistance here, if it feels a bit hard, you can place the hands either side of you, but try to think about that middle of the back doing the work in terms of lifting you up. You shouldn't be straining so much that you can't breathe. We still want to be able to breathe pretty normally, pretty naturally. We're just focusing for that air around the mid-back to work. Okay, you can place your hands down underneath the shoulders. You're going to just try and press up. So you're going to press up into an upward dog position. Just press as far as you can without your hips leaving the mat. So if you can press straight, that's great. If you can only get halfway up, that's absolutely fine. I'm just going to take a couple of breaths here. You can move back and forth if you want. And then we're going to do one more 30-second hold in that same position. So let's lower ourselves down to the mat. Hands by the hips again. You're going to think about tucking those hips under, so squeezing the glutes first, lifting the chest, lifting the hands, tucking the head. We're going to do 30 seconds. Keep the breathing nice and controlled. Think about shoulders away from the ears. Shrugging up here. Again, hands to assist if you need to. Just the final 5 seconds. And this time you can press yourself up. I'm going to flip ourselves over into a seated position. We're going to take our hands behind us. We're just going to walk them out with the fingers facing away, just outside of shoulder width, so in line with the mat. And we're going to feel that same contraction of trying to lift the shoulder blades up, lift the chest up, push away into the mat. So we should be feeling a stretch going over the front of the shoulder, over the biceps, over the chest. And you can continue to walk those fingers away as feels good. Actively holding the stretch, trying to lift that chest up. I'm going to hold for 30 to 40 seconds in total. Okay, we're going to take a look a little bit more at the lower body now. So we're going to stay seated. We're going to take our right hand leg and we're just going to tuck it under into a quad stretch. If this feels uncomfortable on the front of the leg here, you can place a cushion or something, or give yourself support with your hand underneath the front of that foot. You're going to try and lean back into this one. So we should be getting now a stretch going over the front of the front of the hip, over the hip flexor. And then you want to think about squeezing the glute slightly. So I'm going to push my hips up into the direction of stretch and then just maintain that level of effort. I want to think now about trying to breathe down into the base of our stomach, into the front of our hip. And if you can do, as you feel a bit more comfortable, you can move backwards or try to lean further backwards into this stretch. Again, nice deep breathing here. Okay, let that leg go down the side. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So left leg comes back under, give the foot the support if you need to. Lean back onto that right elbow. Think about the glute, squeezing the hip up and through. Feel that nice stretch going over the hip. And some nice deep breaths just going down into the bottom of that stomach. Try and go a little bit deeper if you can do. Lean back more, but really don't lose that connection with the hip. So keep that glute engaged. Okay, for the final or penultimate, one before last stretch, you're going to need a couple of yoga blocks. I'm going to come up into a pike stretch, but I don't need to go fully straight with the legs. We have yoga blocks or a chair or something in front of us just to support. We're going to come into just a nice kind of relaxed stretch. So we're going to bend the legs slightly, let ourselves just drop onto our thighs if we can. We're going to do some elephant walks here. So as much as you need to, we're going to try and think about pushing our left knee back, squeezing the quad, and then trying to pull the right knee forward. So we're going to feel now the stretch going over the left-hand side, and we're going to feel the hips even tilting into this left glute. I'm just going to reverse that motion. So left knee comes forward, right knee comes back. And we're just going to move back and forth. Try to pause in that stretch for 2 or 3 seconds. So don't move out of the way of it. Just shifting back and forth. And the more movement you can get between the knees, so the more distance you can get between the knees, the more tilt you get at the hips. And the more we get that working, rather than the back movement. It's final 10 seconds here. And we're just going to stay in this stretch very briefly. You're going to take one of these yoga blocks, you're going to place it between your thighs. You're going to do 1 rep of PNF here. So we're going to try and think about squeezing that block 10 seconds. Feeling the inside of the thigh, the adductors contract. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I want you to exhale, relax. You can take the block and just try to sink as far as you can into your hamstring stretch for another seconds. Okay. And that is basically the routine. If you found that you struggled with any particular point of this routine, then feel free to go back over those aspects, spend a little bit more time there. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this one. Hit the thumbs up button if you did. Leave a comment down below of any future routines that you're after, and I'll catch you in the next one.